Live, trance, and prosper. Hi, I'm Professor Brian David Phillips. Welcome to my home. Say hello to Bathy. That's little Batham up there. I'm really happy to see him. Okay, so it's been a while since you've seen me. I'm very sorry, but only a little. Had some health problems, still going through them. Hopefully getting them sorted out. We never know. So I thought I would lighten things up because the world and, well, my friends and anyone who's American who actually cares, going through some weird, dark times right now. So let's lighten things up. So let's pop these up so I can see you better on account of the whole old man thing. As most of you know watching this, I'm a hypnotist. I've been hypnotizing people for quite a while. Note the hair, gray beard. I'm an old man. Got me a silver sticker for being an old man. Pretty soon I'm going to get a gold star for being an old geezer. I've been hypnotizing people so long, I've actually been hypnotizing people longer than many of the folks I see on YouTube who claim they invented some of my techniques that they say they invented. Some of my techniques they say they invented. Some of those techniques I genuinely did invent. Yay me. And others I learned from a book from the 1880s. Or actually one book from the 1830s. Yay! But here we go. What goes around comes around. But as I've been hypnotizing for a long time, I've experimented with things. Experimented with hypnotizing people, hypnotherapy, recreational, all sorts of stuff, as well as stage hypnosis. So I'd like to tell you some of my experiences. Did you know my family has cats? We have a lot of cats. I mean, oh, so many cats. Right now we have 6 cats inside. Indoor cats are 6. We got Ginger, Pumpkin, Loki, Crowley, Einstein. Who am I missing? Shit, I am old. I'm missing somebody because we got more of them. We got a bunch of cats inside. Umbra. And we've got currently 3 asshole cats that we feed outside. They're not our cats. They're just strays that show up, and my wife and daughter insist on feeding them. But we've had cats. I mean, ever since I met my wife, she had cats, okay? I met my wife, she had 10 cats. Now, she'll argue. She'll say, hey, don't tell people I had 10 cats. 6 of those were kittens. Yeah. After they grew up into cats, did you get rid of them? No. We still had them. They were cats. And I knew early on that she made it real clear that if I wanted to be with her, the cats was a package deal. So if I was one of those idiots who said, it's merely cats, I'm not so stupid to make that kind of an ultimatum, because I know it would be, okay, old man, hit the highway. But now I'm a cat guy. Okay. Not a dog guy. Dogs are just too much work. We've had dogs. We've had 2 dogs as a family over the years, but it just hurts when they die. It hurts when the cats die. It hurts when anybody dies, but dogs are more work. You gotta walk them. You gotta do this or that. Cats are more self-maintenance. They don't give a fuck about you. They'll let you pet them when they want to, but as a hypnotist, we got cats. And as a hypnotist, I once tried hypnotizing one of our cats. I tried hypnotizing it, yeah, because, I got a hypnotist out there. They say they do animal hypnosis, so I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hypnotize this cat. Well, now the cat just stares at me and demands tuna, which, to be fair, is what she did before I hypnotized her. But now I feel obligated. When I was younger and learning hypnosis, I would volunteer to be in hypnosis show. I once volunteered for Martin St. James' show when he came to Taiwan. I was on the big stage, and that was a real honor because Martin St. James, if you know the name, if you're a hypnotist, you should know the name Martin St. James. Great Australian hypnotist. Did mass shows. I was his Superman. And he said, whenever you hear this music, and he would play the classic Christopher Reeve Superman music, whenever you hear this music, you'll go into the audience and you'll find a damsel in distress, and you will pick her up and carry her on stage and rescue her. And then that music would play, and I would do the posing, and I would go into the audience, and most of the women ran from me, just like real life. But I'd scoop someone up and carry them on stage against their will, and I'd put them down, and they would run away, and I would do the posing. But that was a lot of fun. But one time I volunteered for a hypnosis show, and the hypnotist said, I want you to act like you are in high school again. So I spent the next hour avoiding eye contact, overthinking everything, and crying in the bathroom. 5 stars. Very authentic. I tried self-hypnosis once, but I ended up convincing myself I was a confident, well-adjusted adult. I had to snap out of that real quick because people started expecting too much. I once told a date that I was a hypnotist, and she said, oh, so you can control minds. I said, nah, but I can convince you that this shirt is clean and I have my life together. Sometimes people will ask me, can you hypnotize me? Because they find out that I teach classes in psychic hypnosis, which I do. I teach those classes. I even sell video courses on the subject. Psychic hypnosis. Can you hypnotize me to see ghosts? And I'll tell them, well, one, yes, I can hypnotize you so you believe you see ghosts. I can hypnotize so you believe you see ghosts. But before I do that, I wanted you to see a movie. Go see the movie Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon for 2 reasons. One, well, it's Kevin Bacon. You know, it's a Kevin Bacon movie. Go see a Kevin Bacon movie. It's a really good movie. And 2, after you see that movie, then you tell me whether or not you want to go see ghosts. Okay? Fun fact about Stir of Echoes, the film. It came out the same year as Sixth Sense, the Bruce Willis movie about the little boy. I see dead people. And a lot of the critics, they actually said that because that year, Sixth Sense came out first, and the movie Stir of Echoes came out next. And critics said that Stir of Echoes was copying Sixth Sense. Well, here's the fun bit. Stir of Echoes actually started production first, but it was delayed in release. And 2, Stir of Echoes is based on a book written in the early 1960s by Richard Matheson. So there was no copying Sixth Sense involved. But fun fact, some critics are, what's the word? It's a critical theory word. Fucking morons. Then again, There's a lot of those around. Hey, they voted for the current president of the United States. When Twilight came out, the movie, the books too. There are actual humans who commented on the novel Dracula. They did Amazon reviews, and they commented on Dracula by Bram Stoker, published in the late 1800s. I've taught the novel. I've taught films based on Dracula in my film and literature course at the university. There are people who give that really low reviews on Amazon because they say it ripped off Twilight. Dracula ripped off Twilight. Actual humans. Yeah. There's that. There's no rippage, no offage involved. Twilight and Dracula have nothing to do with each other. Twilight is not a vampire book. It's not a vampire movie series. Those are not vampires. Vampires do not sparkle in the sunlight. Okay? Those are just sparklers. All right. Well, anyway, I do get back to hypnosis. I do stage hypnosis. I'm a stage hypnotist. I will hypnotize stages. I will hypnotize this stage so it does not move. Oh, I'm so good. It's not moving. I live in Taiwan. Sometimes the stage does move because earthquake. Sometimes people ask me, can you really make someone bark like a dog? Buddy, last week I had a grown man proposing to a chair, and the chair said no. I once hypnotized a guy so deeply, he started folding laundry, imaginary laundry, started folding it on stage. His wife in the front row burst into tears. She said it was the most help she had seen him do in 12 years of marriage. Every show there's that one guy in the back who yells, "You can't hypnotize me!" And every time I think, you're right, but your date, she already thinks you're an ass. That is true, by the way. If you don't want me to hypnotize you, I can't hypnotize you on account of, you're an asshole, and also you can't hypnotize people against their will. That's not how it works, dumbass. I asked a guy once, pretend you are invisible. You are invisible. He took it way too seriously. He walked out without paying his bar tab. Bravo, sir. Bravo. Then again, he got arrested in the girls' dorm in the showers. Before each show, I tell the volunteers, you'll only do what you're comfortable with. Then I watch people dance like a toddler in a bounce house. Apparently, comfort is subjective. And that's true too. You'll only do what you're comfortable with. If someone's not comfortable with a suggestion, they just kind of let it go. But if I say, oh, the person sitting next to you smells so attractive to you. Oh, they smell so good. Usually that suggestion is very nice. They just start smelling, and sometimes they'll cuddle. I once had a couple girls, this was in Taipei, a couple girls who did not know each other. I found this out later. I thought they were friends because they were getting closer and closer. They didn't know each other. First time they ever saw each other, they're sitting next to each other in my show, and they're smelling each other because, oh, they smell so nice. They're so attractive. And they started making out. They started kissing. and hugging and started doing a little bit more than is appropriate for a G-rated show. So I had to stop that suggestion on account of two things. One, it's a G-rated show, and two, I'm a professor at a prestigious university and I want to do a fun thing called keep my job. And so there's that. You want to have some X-rated suggestion stuff, go to my X-rated shows for X-rated people who are X-rated adults. So there's that. You know, I once hypnotized a guy to think he was Oprah. He gave away his shoes, his car keys, his sense of shame. You get a breakdown, you get a breakdown, you get a breakdown. People think I'm controlling their minds. I'm not. I'm unleashing them. You think that accountant wanted to be a chicken? No. But somewhere deep down, yeah, he really did. He wanted to be the chicken. A woman came on stage once saying, I can't be hypnotized. I don't know why they do that. Why do you come on stage and say that? 10 minutes later, she believed she was a Roomba. Cleaned the whole stage. Booked her for next week. The secret to hypnosis? Confidence. You say anything with enough authority and people believe it. Just like politicians. But with funnier hats. I once had a guy go so deep that he started negotiating his childhood bedtime with his imaginary dad. It got heated. I had to mediate. I am now legally his uncle. And those are my hypnosis stories for now. Just thought I'd do a real quick video for you. I hope you enjoyed this. If you didn't enjoy it, that's okay. You just have no sense of humor. Maybe you'll get a new one someday. Grow a new sense of humor. Ooh. Hopefully I'll get things sorted out and I'll start doing videos in the foreseeable future. I don't know when, but fingers and toes crossed. Eyes crossed too, but I can't do it right now. But we'll see what happens. For now, though, this is Professor Brian David Phillips wishing you all the best, wishing you the best, and definitely, please, live trance and prosper. Bye-bye.